Peace. Osio, Hotel, Shalom, Salam Alaikum, Namaste, Mahalo, and all that other good stuff. I hope everybody feeling good for no reason at all, radiating, vibrating, operating in the highest illustration and in the best demonstration of your authentic self. You hear me? Of your authentic self. You know? When it comes to the changes you made, the words you choose, how you communicate it, and the way that you carry yourself. What do your life say about you? What do your life say about you? Because if I ain't asked y'all in the previous video, you know, we in June. we halfway through June. And I'm not sure if I asked this in the previous video because, you know, we get 4 quarters in a year. You see, we get 4 quarters in a year. And we at halftime, you know. And at halftime, for those of us that's in the sports, I'm gonna use the sports analogy, and that's what SPURGO stand for: sports, heroes, and go-getters. You see, and these deals that I got on this clothing, you know, that the universe brought my way, and I showed 2 videos ago, ain't gonna be around forever. You know, authentic, official, good quality, you know, clothing for the low. It ain't gonna be around forever. My information in the description. You see, we ain't begging and chasing. You know, those who hopping on it because you can't beat it. You see, but we at halftime, and at halftime in any sports event, they along outside of the entertainment, they do a game review. So we at halftime, and at this point of June in the year of 2026. You hear me? What's changed in your life since January? And when I say change, I mean improved, got better, upgraded, so forth and so on. Have you did a mid-year review? Have you did a halftime review? Have you did a halftime review? Because to some it's a game, you see, and to some of us it's a test, it's an initiation, you see. But have you did your mid-year review or your halftime review, depending on what side of the field you on? Walk with me, you hear me? Whatever side of the field you on, don't discourage when the people in your world or the people that you was used to being in your world don't understand where you are in your journey. See? And the reason that I played with it a little bit because some people that started with us are no longer in our journey, are no longer with us right now where we at in our journey. And that's okay. You see? Whatever side of the field you on, you see? Don't get discouraged. Because either you wasn't meant to walk in theirs or they wasn't meant to walk in yours. They wasn't called to walk in yours or you wasn't called to walk in theirs. However it may go. Whatever side of the field you need to be on for your forward placement, choose that side of the field. See? But understand that growth comes with loss. You see? Growth comes with loss. Any type of growth. If we look over all the areas in our life, where we have had to grow, it have come with loss. You see, you 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 wore size 3 when you was younger. You 7 or better, depending on if you female or male. You see, but you at least 7 or 8, size 7, 8 or better. Same with clothes, just for analogy's sake, and the people in the back. You see, growth comes with loss. You see, so just for analogy's sake, you know that if you better than you was. See, forget the shoes. Let's talk about us. See, if you better than you was, you already know that. You had to put away some things. You see, you had to put away some things, to get rid of some things. You see, to come into some things, to gain some things. You see, yeah. Don't get discouraged. Because you either going to take up space or create space big enough that others can walk through. You see? One is self-service. You see? One is selfless service. One is selfish service. One is selfless service. You see? I'm just using my darkness as a mirror to reveal what's healed to those still integrating and healing. You know? But as I said before, it may look like dark to the unhealed. And one thing about the unhealed that ain't trying to heal, we ain't got to worry about them staying over here. We ain't got to worry about them coming over here trolling. Because in what they hear, they ain't going to want to hear to make them get up out of here. You hear me? If you don't listen, you're going to miss it. Because they don't want to feel. And when you can't feel, you can't even get deep. Y'all think about that for a minute. See, we don't have to worry about certain type of people because because to heal you gotta feel, and when you can't feel, we got Houston. We got interruption. I repeat, Houston, we got interruption. Something going on with you hear me? Some don't want me to say this. Some don't want somebody to hear this. When you can't feel, you can't even get deep. You can't even get deep. You can only live on the surface. Pay attention to your conversation with certain people when you try to get deep. Unless you're on the other end of that, feel your feelings. I dare you. Feel your feelings. You see? Feel your feelings, regardless of the roller coaster they have us on. It's the best thing I ever been doing in my life. But it's the only thing I know how to do in my life. And I'm going to cancel. Forget what they say about us. Or them, because I'm one-on-one. I did the work, for all 12 of us, so I'm mixed. You hear me? for those who could pick up what I'm putting down. But I bet you don't want to go back. See? And it's crazy because I ain't even know. First of all, if I be honest, I ain't want to do this. I had a long, exhausting, but great day. But exhausting day. So I was going to wait till tomorrow. But my ancestors, if you know, they be in our ear, Why put off till tomorrow what you could do right now? Why put off till tomorrow what you could do right now? Go talk to the people. So forth and so on. Carrying on. You hear me? So here I am. But I bet you don't want to go back. See? And since I'm here, I'm glad I'm doing it. You see? See how it works? It's a give and take. See, it's a reciprocity message. See, it's a give and take. But I bet y'all don't want to go back. Anybody remember what the world looked like to you before the era of love and light and grand rising? I only ask that because that world still exists for those who not doing the self work. That world still exists for those who not doing the shadow work. That world still exists for those who not self approving. You know, that world still exists for those who didn't do the work that you have begun. See, and that's the reason. That's the re. That's a reason for you to keep going. That's not the reason why you should keep going. You the reason, but that's a reason to give you some extra motivation. See, because that world still look like that. Still, you can look back at that world if you were able to look back at that world and see that that world still look like the same thing that you left it looking like to the same people, you know, that you left it looking like to in it. Message. See? And I bring that up because you don't attract. We don't heard it before. But I'm gonna make it hit different. Like I always do. See? You don't attract what you want. You attract what you are. You don't attract what you want. You attract what you are. See? And when you walking through the valley amongst shadows of death and make it, Source will use your journey as a blueprint for others still coming out the dark. See? I'm led to reiterate that. But you don't attract what you want. You attract what you are. See? And I was having a conversation with one of my homies earlier, and I told him I was going to use this as a teaching tool, you see, and as a lesson learning, you know. I told my homie, respectfully, I was going to use this as a teaching tool, but my homie had hit me up, and explained this situation to me. So when he was finished explaining the situation to me, I was silent. I was silent because I wanted him to sit with what he had just shared with me for a minute. But I was silent for about a minute. And about 30 seconds in, I could feel the uncomfortability. I could actually see the uncomfortability going on, stirring up within him by sitting in the silence. And I'm just on the phone. See, but I'm used to sitting in the silence because I meditate. So I could pick up on things, message, due to that. You hear me? But after about 30 seconds, like I said, I could feel the uncomfortability. So by the time we don't reach the minute, I said, you don't attract what you want. You attract what you are. So then he started going further in the story as if I missed something, and I didn't interrupt him at all. I gave him my undivided attention, just so I could be that type of mirror, right? So then he started, after I said you don't attract what you want, you attract what you are, then he started including the characters involved, the people involved, and I repeated, you don't attract what you want. You attract what you are. The second time he got it. or maybe the third time, however many times I said it in this story I'm sharing, he got it. My point is, for you that caught it, you will never look at life the same, not even yourself, because you don't attract what you want. You attract what you are. And if you have it by now, you know what to do. You hear me? You know what to do. You know what to do. You don't attract what you want, you attract what you are. And what's insightful about that, because after the call, I still be sifting things up to say this. It's insightful how when we lose things, what we lose on earth, it's loosed in see, what we loose on earth is loosed in heaven. See, what we loose in heaven is loosed on earth. But it's insightful how when we lose things from physical existence, we have funerals, we have memorials, we have people send flowers, we have people cook food, we have people get reconnected, through the see. Look at the type of times I'm speaking to. We get reconnected but we get reconnected with people that we haven't seen for years, so forth and so on. We all know how that go. I'm using this analogy because it's an analogy that we all know how it go. But what we don't know is why it ain't a celebration when a person lose they self. Why isn't it a celebration when a person lose themselves? See, it's a celebration when we lose somebody from the physical realm. But why there isn't a celebration when somebody lose themselves right here while we still here? See, and that's the reason that I do this. That's the reason that I'm an initiator and I'm an activator. You see, and I'm a reminder for all of us who still remembering, see, because we're here to accomplish the type of soul uncovery that people spent decades discovering, see, and if you're going to do it, you got this lifetime to do it, unless you're coming back to try it again, you see. It ain't no memorial when you lose yourself. Message. It ain't no memorial when you lose yourself. See? And the people around you, those like me, got what it takes to let you know if you got those like me in your life. If not, you need to do some cleaning up. See? Otherwise, you got people who see the signs and scared to say something. You see? Or you got people who have no idea, no absolute clue of what's going on at all. Would you want them type of people around you? See, we don't attract what we want. We attract what we are. It'll make you look, that's enough to make you change your life. If you got a comment, drop it. If you got a question, drop it. If you just want to salute, drop it. You hear me? Drop your ones in the comment section to make yourself accounted for. You see? Drop your emoji in the comment section if you want to be included for the raffle. You see? And otherwise, until we do it again, I'm known as Zawu. Be you how you be you. Peace and love. Cosmic Conscience Family and Soul Tribe. BCU, Extended Family. Love.